Hey guys, Greg from RME 4x4 here, and just wanted to share with you a quick update of our TJ and how the build has been coming along. It's come a long ways. We made a lot of progress, but it has so much more work to come. The big thing right now, we're working on suspension and steering in the front end and waiting on some parts to determine where the track bar is going to sit and how it's going to clear the full hydro. So let me turn this camera around and I'll show you exactly what we're working on and what we have left to do. All right guys, so here's the TJ. It's come together pretty quick. We're at a point where we're kind of working out some of the finer details. For those that have not been following along on the forum, this was a 97 TJ Wrangler. It was a 4-cylinder and 5-speed. When I bought it, it had been wrecked in the front and the back. The frame was kind of tweaked. The sheet metal was a little bit tweaked. So it became the perfect vehicle to chop the frame off on both ends, and I used Moto-Built kits, front and rear. The front is for a TJ or an LJ. It's just our standard front kit. And then the rear is actually for an LJ. So it adds about 10 inches of length to a standard TJ Wrangler, which is fine for me. I wanted more wheelbase. I want it to climb well. And with the wheelbase that it has right now, it's sitting at 114 inches, which is pretty dang long. But it should climb really well and descend pretty stably. So anyways, you can see the TMR shock mounts and the ORI struts. Those are 14-inch struts. I've never ran them before. They're going to be fun to figure out. They seem to have great reviews. People that run them are super happy with them. So can't wait to get used to the ORIs. So you can see the tub where we cut it. We're basically going for a 2-door pickup. I'm going to build a mini bed, probably about 55-inch bed in the back. It's going to hold our fuel cell, tools, and a freezer fridge. So yeah, it's going to be a little 2-door truck, I guess. Anyway, when I bought this, I didn't get a windshield frame with it, so I picked up this windshield frame off Craigslist. It's a bit rough. It's better than nothing though, which nothing is what I had. I don't have hinges for it, so it's currently being propped up by a mop handle, which is just awesome. But hey, it works. Anyway, I mentioned the front end, the track bar, and the steering. Show you what we're doing in the front end and what's going on right now. So we do have a PSC double-ended hydraulic ram. It's a 2 3/4 inch ram, which should turn these 39s just fine. The Ori Shocks, you can see the shaft on the right. It's showing about 1 inch of shaft. These things have a built-in hydraulic bump stop. And while it's sitting at full bump, there's still 1 more inch of up travel that it could have. So I'm trying to build my track bar mounts and my track bar with plenty of clearance and include that 1 inch more up travel into the equation. And things are just getting real tight real quick. It's a matter of keeping that track bar, clearing the frame, clearing the double-ended cylinder, and the axle housing itself, as well as the steering components. So one big thing I'm waiting on my clevis ends to go on the double-ended ram. They're kind of big and chunky, and they will kind of determine exactly where the track bar needs to sit if I need to raise up the mount on the frame end. So you can see the Artec skid plate and mount in there. It just kind of ties it all in and kind of makes the front end a little bit more beefed up, and obviously makes a mount for the double-ended ram. WFO steering arms, those are some of their Get Some arms. They don't sell them anymore. I was doing some research on them. I bought them from a friend, and apparently these arms are like 20 years old. I didn't realize that, but they've been sitting around for a while. They basically built them to handle King of the Hammers type racing stress. So they should be plenty strong for me and my little TJ. So anyway, I'll show you under the hood real quick. Speaking of the hood, that is a Chris Durham Racing fiberglass hood. That thing is beautiful. It definitely completes the look of this thing and brings it all together. So I'll try and lift this up and not knock over my windshield frame with the mop mount. Okay, so there is a motor under the hood. That is an LS motor. That is not the engine that I will be running. That is an aluminum block Gen 4 5.3. I've got an LQ4 in the back room that I got back from the machine shop a couple months ago. The LQ4 is going to get built up. I've got an aftermarket intake. I'm going to put a Brian Tooley Racing Stage 2 camshaft in it, and with some shorty headers and a couple other goodies. It's going to get some Gen 4 cylinder heads, maybe these heads here. These are 243s, which if you know your LS motors, these are kind of an upgraded cylinder head over the 317s that were on it. They bump up the compression, and hopefully with the mods, this motor should make around 500 horsepower. So it's going to be a bit of a beast. So anyway, that's where we're at. Got to do a lot more work. Got some upcoming cage work and tube work to do. Got the PRP seat kind of mounted up, and just test fitting leg room and all that good stuff. So it's getting there. The tub, you can see the tailgate is back into place, moved forward obviously. I'm planning on adding like armor, some protection, corner protection on the sides, and I'm going to cut out that wheel well hump on the inside, which is going to free up more interior space, make some nice storage for tools behind the seats. So some armor on the side, try and keep the sides somewhat straight. Obviously rocker panel protection is going to go on, and then got a cage to build for it. So that's where we're at. Yeah, a lot of work done, a ton more work to do in the near future. So anyway, thanks for checking in. Thanks for seeing what we got going on. And hopefully we'll do another one of these video updates soon. And if you're looking for more information on this thing, you can find it on rme4x4.com. And the build is called Just Another Boring TJ, because that's what it is. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.